Goldner. Hasbro reporting profit adjusted of 57 cents a share compared to a consensus estimate of 58 cents. Revenue was just below street forecasts, although its gaming category saw a 40% jump in sales. The toymaker said it was able to successfully navigate disruptions in the supply chain so far, and it's in a solid financial position to weather the COVID-19 pandemic. The company also withdrew its full-year outlook. Joining us now, the company's CEO, Brian Goldner. Brian, good to see you. How are you feeling, sir? Are you good? Everything's good with you?
Well, we had a good, solid first quarter, and I'm incredibly proud of the team. The creativity to get to the consumer. We're skipping the cart to get to the cars and homes all over the world. Clearly, this is a story in the first quarter of a giant step up we've seen in e-com and omnichannel. Our partners at Walmart, Target, and Amazon are doing a fantastic job as we execute together. I think Q2 will be the challenge for the year as we look at more store closures and a changing array of where our warehousing is open or closed, where our manufacturing is open or closed. But we still expect to have a good holiday season and a good second half of the year. Our teams are ready and raring to go.
Depending on how you adjust your operations and your business model, I can see being in a good position to weather this or being in a bad position in terms of supply chains, in terms of what retail channels you use. Gaming seems better than buying a bunch of G.I. Joes or whatever kids are buying in terms of physical toys right now. Gaming revenue was up 30%. So that's something you're obviously going to have to focus on more, I guess.
Yeah, well, we're really seeing that the gaming portfolio, which is for us a tremendous portfolio. We're seeing more people come into our gaming business and face-to-face gaming. People want to make social connections. And we're seeing it across the board. This isn't just people who have been fans of the game buying more. We're seeing growth and penetration of gaming as people want to make those connections and spend time with family. We're seeing it across every category, from preschool gaming to kids gaming, adult gaming, family gaming, brands like the Game of Life, Scrabble, Monopoly. And then in our older games categories like Magic the Gathering, we're seeing great growth in the first quarter and a continued shift to online with Magic Arena, a real acceleration of people playing online. So we love our portfolio of games, and the team's been very inventive. In terms of supply chain, China's back up and running. It represents this year about 55% of our production. We've been continuing to move our strategic sourcing footprint. And our factories, like our one that's partnered with us in East Longmeadow, Massachusetts, is closed to game production. So we began producing PPE and face shields. We're producing 50,000 a week of face shields that we're going to be distributing in Massachusetts and in Rhode Island to health workers. And so we're trying to be a contributor to our community as well as focusing on our demand and our supply.
Yeah, when you've been on recently, you've talked about, it was a different China story. If we could go back to that China story, but it was a China story about the trade war, and you'd started sourcing from different areas, but you're still at 55%, and now that might be a bright spot that you can get things from there because they're reopening, I guess.
Yeah, and I imagine we're expecting and partnering with Governor Baker and our governor here, Gina Raimondo, in Rhode Island, in looking at the way we continue to open back up our operations, phases along the way. And we're running multiple scenarios, doing a lot of scenario planning to really look at how we bring people back to work safely and make them feel comfortable that we have an environment where people can work and continue to engage. And having said that, people are working online incredibly well. And we're seeing that across our business, from our Wizards business to our new E1 business to Hasbro.